Hi friends, I've got a quick practice for us. Grab what you need if you have a mat and any other props that would be useful, and let's start on our backs. You come into a comfortable, symmetrical position, spread out. And just take a moment letting the weight of your body release back into the floor. Come into a nice slow rhythm with the breath. Setting the intention that while we're practicing, that we stay present with what we're doing. And whenever you notice that your mind has wandered, just come back into your body with curiosity. What are you feeling right now? You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you. Let's take arms overhead and stretch out long through the arms and legs, reaching through your fingers and your toes. Interlace your fingers and press out through your palms. Flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands and the heels of your feet. And then release. Bring your right knee to your chest. Hug that knee in as close as you can. And then straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling, and we'll flex and point the foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times in both directions. Release, bend your knee in, and let's take it across for a spinal twist. Open out through the right arm. Let your knee and shoulder reach away from one another. And just notice what you feel in your body as you do this. Let's come back onto our backs. Can bring both knees in for a moment, little circle or rock. And then grab hold of just the left knee, drop the right leg long, squeeze this knee in close, straighten this leg up towards the ceiling, flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times in both directions. And then release, bend your knee in and bring it across, spinal twist. Open out through the left arm, knee and shoulder reach away from one another. And then release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, little circle or rock. Let's roll our way up and come all the way forward into a plank pose. And we're going to do this on the forearms. So you can either have your forearms parallel or interlace your fingers. Tuck the toes, lift the knees off the floor, and try and bring your whole body into a straight line. So rather than the hips being lifted, everything is in one straight line. Belly drawing in, top of the head reaching out, thighs lifting, the whole underside of the body lifting and supporting you. This is for core strength. If it is too much to hold here, you can also do this with knees on the floor, but keep the belly lifted. Let's take a couple more moments here. Nice slow breaths, face relaxed. And then we're going to shift onto one forearm. So you can rotate onto the outer edge of your foot, lift one arm up, reaching out through the head. Feeling the strength of your core supporting you. If you need to rest, you can lower your hips and then lift back up when you're ready. Just a couple seconds here, warming up by engaging core muscles. Let's go to the other side. Lower down onto the other forearm, roll onto the outer edge of your foot, Lift the top arm, really extending high past the fingers. Reach out past the top of the head. Can you stay relaxed in your face? Breath deep. And then release. Let's lower all the way down onto the belly and adjust your elbows so they're right under your shoulders for Sphinx Pose. And you can let your shoulders come up for your ears just for a moment and then push away. So you see what the options are, and then choose the option of long neck, opening the heart. You can stay here or push into the hands, lifting the elbows for a small cobra. If this does not feel good on your back, if this does not work for you, don't do it. Pull the chest forward, come down, turn your elbows to one side, and just rest for a moment. Let your back release, or your body release back into the floor. Let's bring the hands under the shoulders now. Turn your head to neutral and lift up to another cobra. So it could be as low or high as you like. Elbows hugging in, shoulders down, pubic bone on the floor. Pull the chest forward to lower down. Turn your head to the other side. Short rest, letting go. Let's take one more. You can bring your hands where they were the last time or the first time, or a little further back, coming into maybe a slightly deeper back bend, but you choose. Feel what's right. And you could also shift into up dog by scooting the hips forward so hands are now right under the shoulders. If up dog does not work for you, go back to cobra. From here, let's drop the knees. Take the hips back and come into a child's pose, spreading the lower back. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. We'll pull back through the right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through the left hip, stretching left side a little more. And then back to center. Let's lift up through table. Tuck the toes and come back to downward facing dog. And you're welcome to pedal out the feet here, bending one knee as you press the opposite heel towards the floor, waking up calves and hamstrings. Pulling the hips up and back. Let's walk hands and feet towards one another and hang in ragdoll. You can let your upper body just drop. You could link elbows, and you could also use support through the arms, resting elbows on thighs or hands on blocks or the floor. Let the upper body release. Let's bend the knees a little more and slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. Step up to the front of the mat. We'll bring hands together. Feet can be together or apart. Come into your mountain pose, Tadasana. We'll take a full A-series sun salutation. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen, partway up. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. And take the time you need for all your transitions. We'll take 5 breaths here in down dog. You could also rest in child's pose or drop your knees and come back to sitting or onto your forearms. Last breath here. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, take your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then a big step forward. High lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink low. Nice big reach, opening, but still feeling grounded. Feel your feet into the floor, hips dropping, shoulders dropping. Last breath here. Release, hands to the floor, make your way back to down dog. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and a big step forward. High lunge. Feel free to adjust your footing. When you're ready, arms up. Sink low. Inhales, expand. Exhales, ground. Inhales, a little more opening, length. And then exhales, more surrender. What is there to release here? Last breath. Hands to the floor, make your way back to down dog. This time from down dog, let's come into a pigeon pose, right side. We're going to slide the right knee forward, scoot back through the left leg. Help the hips get as low as they'll go and release the upper body down. And you can add any support that's useful for you. A little lift under the hips, a block, blanket, or cushion, or something under your forehead or chest. You could rest your forehead on your hands. You could try a block. Nice, slow, steady breath. Feeling right where you are. Let's release, bring the upper body back up. Find your way back to down dog. So you could take a vinyasa, you could just step back, you could move around in some way that helps you integrate what you've just done. When you're ready, left knee comes forward. Pigeon pose, other side. Finding the support that's useful. And then letting go into this shape. What is the effort that's useful and what is there to release here? Very little effort is actually necessary in this pose. So how much can you let the weight of your body drop? Let your face release. And And make your way back to down dog. Again, through any movement that's useful. Could you use this transition to even out the two sides? Let's come all the way through to sitting. If you want to sit up on something, you might grab a cushion or blanket. I'm going to talk us through just a short seated relaxation. If you would prefer to lie down in Shavasana, you're welcome, or shut off the video and keep practicing. If you'd like to join me, sit however is most comfortable for you. Let your arms be relaxed in your lap, spine nice and tall. You can close your eyes. Feel what's touching the floor. Imagine this area just settling a bit more, spreading, releasing. And each time you inhale, the expanding quality of the inhale might help you sit just a little bit taller. I sometimes like to use the image of a fountain where the water comes up through the center and cascades down the outside. So each time you inhale, there's a lengthening up through the center, all the way up past the top of the head. And as you exhale, there's a softening, dropping, releasing all the outer edges. You can bring hands together at your heart. Just taking a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice. And you can let that gratitude expand out. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for practicing with me. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.